All righty. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, that was bars. That was bars. Oh, I see this Head and Shoulders coming right here. Whoever trades Jen. Who trades Jen? Inverted Head and Shoulders.
That's Selena's baby.
Mm-hmm. I see it coming. I see it coming. Um, okay, how was everybody's trading week? What was good? What was bad? What was happy? What was sad? Hey, Rogia.
I had a good week.
Hey, Kim.
Hey
Hey
there.
there.
Hello, everybody.
Alicia, you say you had a good week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who else? Rogia, how was your trading week?
Oh, it was pretty good.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
good.
Who else? Sherry, how was your trading week?
I made $2. That's
Hey,
good
you didn't
for me being new.
you didn't lose $2, so that's the most important.
That's right.
What were you trading?
GJ and I realized after we did the call yesterday that obviously I was going the wrong way. But it's all good. It still gave me the $2
You were buying or selling?
buying.
Well, GJ went up after yesterday. Hold on. GJ, GJ. Because after
Yeah.
the call yesterday, um, let me erase this trend line. Okay, let me start over. Okay. I said on these calls, I'm gonna always erase the chart, mark up the chart like I would if I was just starting out the week. And so we're gonna mark up the daily. Well, I think I started y'all out on the 4 hour. We're gonna go to the daily. Let me just start doing it the way I'm doing it. And you're just looking for either swing points. Well, swing points are key levels. Let me just say that. So swing points are key levels. So these two up here are swing points, and I'm just measure this one. Do this one up here. So those are my two zones. So I want it to be a price below where price is and somewhere close to above where price is, right? So those are my 2 points. So I go down to my 4 hour and price came in and sold. Now, before I even do that, let's talk about it. Before I even do that, market structure. And let's go to the daily and just look for market structure. So we had this high here, right? Price had been sweeping it for days. However, let's look at market structure. You had a push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, right? And we got a little pull back. So as of right now, on the daily, and y'all know I'm looking for closed candles, right? So price is bullish on the daily. And right now you have this high here, and I'm just move this line or maybe I'll just use so we can see. So we have this zone here. And then this zone here. So once this pushed up and pulled back, then I'm waiting for a price to either close below here, pull back, and then. So I've always been biased for the buy for GJ. And why I say that is because, as you can see where I put that line, right? So if I marked up my zone, this would be my zone. Because this is the last, on the 4-hour, you mark up your, let me do it right. You mark up your swing low, and then you mark up your swing high, right? You mark up your last swing. So now price has to close below here for me. And as you see, like price came, it wicked here, didn't close below, wicked here, didn't close, wicked here, didn't close. So I've always been biased for the buy. And if you're going to buy it, you just buy it from this zone. When price shows you what it's going to, gives you some bullish momentum, you buy it from this zone and then buy it back up to the next zone. So that was like 139 pips. So once price came here, pulled back into this order block, gave you, and I'm gonna go down to the lower time frames in a minute. And that was 140 pips one time. Then price pulled back into the zone here. That was another 100 something plus pips there. Or that wasn't quite 100 pips. 100, let me see. From here to here was 133 pips. Price pulled back in and then pushed back into the zone. So we're talking, and I go straight from the zone and pushed up 118 pips. Well, it pushed up, pulled back, and then pushed up 118 pips. But then you could have got in again. I mean, you could have got in a couple of times, right? So once you mark up your 4-hour swing high, swing low, what I just like to make sure is that these are levels, strong levels of support and resistance. So as you can see, this is a level of support and resistance. This is, most of your swings are going to be strong levels of support and resistance. Like this can probably come down a little, but it's still a level right here. Okay. So with that being said, let's go down to the 1-hour. And I'm just going to put that back there because that was my swing high. So anything in between this zone is consolidation. Always wait for price to come to your zone. Come to your zone. Oh, no, that was right. Yeah, that was right. Come to your zone and then give you confirmation. So for instance, when price came here and pushed up, now, yes, you could have taken it from here, but you want it to come back to the zone. So that's what happened. It pushed up, came back to the zone, gave you a bullish order block, and you could have traded that. Then it pulled back in again because price did not break this low. For me, it did not close below. And then pulled back into the zone. And that's when you could have took. I'm waiting for price to come back up here. And break. I'm really waiting for price to break through to continue buying up. That's really what I'm waiting for. So if I feel my last move, so I'm waiting for price to break through here and at least come up to this negative 27. When I say buy until you can't buy anymore, this is exactly what I mean. When it comes to your buy zone, look for buys and then buy it. Now, if price had come and broken, but closed candle below this zone, now I always look for it on the 1 hour, right? If you're on lower time frames, you're going to see that these wicks are closed candles. But if it's not on the 1 hour for me, I don't even consider it. The wicks just mean rejection for me. So, and then I'm not usually on the 15-minute because I'm not usually watching the charts like that. I usually just put an alert, wait for price to come, show me what it's going to do, and then trade that. You probably got in somewhere here, Sherry.
Yes, and what I did is it actually went up, but like you said, with the wicks, I guess I didn't have my TP set close enough at I don't know, for whatever reason, back to the left. What that structure that's left up there, that stuff that's hanging up there is what
Right here.
above it. And I had the TP set for above that actually. So I'm guessing my trade was based on that date.
Wait a minute, you were in a sell or a buy?
In a buy. But I mean, I got it. I just moved my stop loss too close. And so when it started retracing, it bumped me out. But
Oh,
still made $2.
yeah. So I always say leave your trade going. So you know you always want to leave your trade below the zone. Somewhere below the zone. Even if the wicks are below the zone, just leave it below this zone. And usually it's not going to come back. Like even for this right here, right? If it was this right here. So usually when it comes back, it's not going to wick you out. When this came back, it didn't wick it out. So if you just keep so even if you
So set stop loss below the zone, even when I'm moving it up from where it originally gets set, just keep it
now,
below the zone.
yes, keep it below the zone. Now, I'm going to tell you, I got into this buy based off of, because I knew price tapped here. It never tapped into this order block right here, right? You see this order block right here?
Yes,
This
I
is the
see it.
order block right here, right? So I was expecting price to wick into that order block and then start buying. And it didn't happen until right here. So once that happened, I'm like, okay, I'm in the buy. It pulled back, but of course now I'm usually trading zone to zone, right? But after I'm seeing price tap here, it still never, so I knew it was going to tap into this order block. So I made sure I put my entry here at the bottom of the zone. And I'm usually a 20 pip, usually do 20 pips for GJ. And when this came and then started buying up and it pulled back, and I think I was in drawdown just a little bit, and then it started buying back up. So I'm expecting this to go up here. I'm expecting this to go up here. That's really what I'm expecting.
Now that right there is what I was expecting, and that's where I had it at. I have one in play right now, so I know to go make sure that stop loss is back below that, and it's at about $6. So, so I'm expecting it to keep going on up.
So what I will say this though, because I think I had I think I just did a video of I don't know why is this on replay or something? I just did a video of GJ. I don't know why I had my, oh shoot, I did an analysis that wasn't right. Why did I have my zone right there? I don't know why I had my zone right there, but I think I know what happened. So this came here, right? No, I'm really expecting a buy. I'm gonna, hopefully too many people ain't watched that video, but I'm expecting a buy. Because I was saying if it breaks this low right here, I was saying if it breaks this low right here, then I'll be looking for the sell down past here. But that 1 hour did not break that low. So it all depends on what happens come market open. Oh, hold on. Let me respond to Kyra. She was probably on the other Zoom link. Now, if like I said, if this breaks below here, then I'm expecting it to sell. I'm expecting it to sell down. So, yeah. But it's got to break this low first. So come market open, depending on what happens here, it's either going to break above and keep going up, or it's going to break below and then we're going down. And at that point, it's going to be creating, I think it's starting a little channel now. Hold on. No, not quite. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. But yeah, I really need to see it close below this zone here for me to really get in the sell. Because if you look here on this 1 hour, even if this closed below here, this can pull back. There's an order block right here, right? So that order block can be the catalyst for another push up. Because it can just start, this could just be ranging back and forth for we don't know how long. So I would definitely wait for price to come to the top zone or the bottom zone. And then trade it, whatever it shows you it's going to do. So I wouldn't even trade this here because it's in the middle. Wait for price to come to the top or go below or come to the zone here. And again, if you trade it from here, remember where you are on the chart. You marked up your last swing. So price can either pull back, go to, that's 50 pips. And then if it goes to the 618, then that's 100 pips.
Sweet.
However, if price starts breaking down here, comes here and starts breaking through here, then you go back to your daily, look for your next zone, your next zone level of support resistance, like right here. So you will then go back to your 1 hour and you will trade that from here to here, which is like 167 pips. You see this imbalance right here. Is that an order block right there? A 1 hour order block. And then you can just trade it from there to there for 160 something pips. And that's how it's done. That's how
I
you do
sure
it.
appreciate that so much. And to
You're
make sure
welcome.
that I understand completely. So don't decide up or down other than what's going on now until until the candle actually closes below where my structure lines are, right?
Wait till it gets to one of these zones. So it's
Uh-huh.
either gonna come up here
Uh-huh.
or
And
it's going to,
kind of
and I think I had this marked up because I think I had this marked up here. I think it was marked up here because this was a level of resistance, right? So I think that's why I had it on the video that I put in. Um, yeah, so price pushed up into here and then started pushing down. But remember, I needed to close below this zone. If it closed below this zone, I'm saying get in. If it closed below, get the pullback, and then take it down to, oops, and then take it down to at least this zone for now, right? And then once it get your money, get your cash, okay? Get your coins. And then once it gets there, you can decide, you can figure out what it's going to do. It's either going to come here, right? Create some kind of something because it's a key level. And you know, when it gets to a key level, it's going to meander to either get buyers in or sellers in. If you get structure breaks up here and a pullback and it don't break here, then you're going back up again. And you can trade it back up to here. How many pips was that what I said? 100 and, oh no, this one's 90 something pips, almost 100 pips. Okay. Especially if it's higher than this zone, this right here, then you're probably going to these highs up here. But if price comes, let me see if I can come down here, come here, break here. And I like to see it move out and then pull back, right? I like to see like a momentum candle order block from the zone. Then you can mark up, come back to the zone, and then take it down to the next zone. And of course, it's not going to be that smooth, right? It's probably going to come, and I'm just marking it up over here because I'm looking at what's going on over here. It's probably going to come down here, come down here. It's probably going to tap here and pull back and then push down here.
got it. That makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then once price get there, get your money, okay? And then see what price wants to do next. If price wants to continue, because we're really waiting on like what does Todd call it? A complex what does he call it? Complex pullback? Some kind of pullback.
That's right. When it goes deeper.
Yeah,
What?
a deep retracement.
Yeah.
So the deep retracement would be from here to here back to the 78. So if we can get a deep retracement back to here and then the push back up to the top side, that would be a nice trade. So if it came to the 78, you can, one day I'm gonna hold it, okay? But you can at least hold it to these highs, or you can hold it to the negative 27. So if it came back to the 28, we're talking 839 pips. No, that's 8. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. Is that right? Is that 839 pips? Yeah. No, that's not. It's 84 pips? No, not for GJ. Let me see something. Because I feel like I'm tripping. Yeah, that's 83 pips. That's 83 pips. Okay. Still good, right? Depending on your account size and what lot size you use, that's 113 pips to the negative 27.
You made
And,
1,000.
huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
that must be 1,000 pips.
No, that's 150.
You're on the 1 hour. 150 pips for GJ?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Really?
Because wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, that's right. Because this is, wait a minute, hold
Not
on.
when that smaller move on the 4 hour
Oh,
was like
no, my
100
bad.
pips. That
My
can't be.
bad. Hold on. Hold it on.
I'm
That
like,
was,
this is GJ.
Kim said,
GJ
hold your
is
mules, hold your mules.
right.
You
That's,
still drunk from your birthday, huh?
I'm still hanging over. No, that is 1,500 pips.
thank you. Because I'm like, GJ ain't stingy like that.
Yeah, GJ. That's why I was like, wait a minute, am I tripping? Um, hold on right quick, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So yes. Um, so yes, you can hold it there for 844 pips, or here for 1,100 pips. Sorry. And then 1,400, almost 1,500 pips. So because price is still bullish for GJ, right? Now, if GJ, this gave a double top. So this is possible that price may continue. Oh no, those are my lines. Okay, yeah. So this gave a little double top. See, it broke past there for me because it was closed candle. So in my mind, price is gonna keep going. That's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see come next week. We'll see come next week. So yeah, so that's GJ for you. Cherry for you.
You just gonna do the same
I
thing, huh?
know. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You said EJ?
I said it's gonna do the same thing, huh?
EJ?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're gonna start on the daily. Let's mark up our let's go to the weekly on this one. Oops. Hold on.
Me and my good friend was debating on this here pair.
What?
I
Say
said, me
what?
and my friend was debating on this particular pair.
Who was your friend? You and EJ?
Miss Chanel, that's the one who invited me to this group. She kind of quiet.
Oh, y'all trading EJ together?
She was debating on me on what it was gonna do and what it wasn't gonna do.
Okay. Okay, well, this is ugly. Let me see. Let me go to the weekly. Okay, so what I know is price is trying to get to these highs. That's the one thing I know. Okay. So we have a key level here. And I'm doing this on the weekly because I can see it. I can't see it on the daily. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we have a key level here. There's another key level. And this is almost this in alignment. That's too close to that. So let me just go on over here. And I'm just going to mark up this high here. And then if I go to my daily, if it's too much, so the difference between whether you mark up your weekly or whether you mark up your daily all depends on what kind of trader you are, right? So if I'm marking up weekly zones, and if I go from week to week, from one weekly zone to the next weekly zone, we're talking about 1,400 pips, right? Of course, we're talking about probably a few months or some weeks, maybe, yeah, a month or so to get from one zone to the next zone versus marking up the daily. So this is a level here. And this is a level. And does everybody understand what I'm doing? Why I'm marking it up like this? Or any questions about it?
I don't understand, Kim.
So what I'm doing is whether it's on the weekly, the monthly, the daily, the 4-hour, you're just marking up key levels, meaning you're marking up levels of strong levels of support and resistance where price has come and tapped multiple times in that zone. So I'm going to mark this up right here because I can see like right here, but you want to make sure it's a clear level. Like if you got to squint your eyes to see if it worked, don't mark it up. Okay. So this is on the daily. The other one was on the weekly. I think this one was up here. Right. So if I'm going from weekly to weekly, like I said, that was like 1,400 pips. Right. But if I'm going from daily to daily, I'm talking like 400 pips. So depending on what kind of trader you are, whether you're intraday trader or swing trader or day trader, because you might want to just go to the 4-hour and mark up 4-hour to the 4-hour zone. And you're just looking for levels of support and levels on the 4-hour, levels of support and resistance on the 4-hour. I don't really see any on this pair. I see some, but then it's like not very clear. Yeah, I don't like that. So depending on what pair you trade, this would be a 4-hour, and then maybe this zone here would be a 4-hour, right? So the trade will then be, ooh, that's more pips than the last one. 500 pips. So depending on how you trade, you're just going to go from zone to zone. So one key level to the next key level. But you want to make sure, and anything in between, you don't want to trade. And I'm going to erase all this. Anything in between, you don't want to trade. So I'm just mark up the daily because that's what I do. That's what I do. So you have a daily here, and then we're gonna mark up this zone here. Okay. So once price gets, and then I work off of the 1 hour. So for instance, price, so we had this zone marked up. Price came here, right? So once price got here, it stopped. It gave a bearish candle, but it didn't give any breaks of structure to the downside. So I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. So, so it pretty much gave bullish. It bought out, pulled out, came back in, gave a little bullish order block. You could have traded that order block up to, and you always want to know where you are. Now, I always put my entry at the zone that I have, right? So, price bought up or tapped in, pushed up, tapped in, pushed up, tapped in, pushed up. So, and you always want to make sure you're looking to your left, because now you need price action to where price action or another key level. So here's a little key level right here. And see, I wouldn't even, this is on the 1 hour. So let me go to the 4 hour. Let's see. Or the daily. That's where I would have marked it up on. So this is what I would have marked up right here. That's what I would have marked up right here. So this was a swing, and then it pivoted back and then pushed up. So that would have been my first key level. And if you look, if you drag it across, okay, you can see that that was a key level right there. It was a form of resistance, then became a level of support, and then went off. Okay, so now I go back to my 1 hour. And I wasn't trying to show that, but okay, we probably would have lost out on this one. This would have been a lost trade, but it's still bullish, right? Because it pulled back. This was your break of structure. And I want to say, because I do it two different ways. This is probably the best way to do it. Or if you want to go to your whatever time frame you're trading, right? And you mark up your last swing low and swing high. So for instance, this right here. If you mark up your last swing low, if you mark up your last swing low and your last swing high. So say this was the last swing, right? You see price pulled back. And so now you're waiting, because it was breaking structure, you're waiting for price to pull back in the zone to show what it's going to do. If you're on the 1 hour, you're waiting for price to come and show you what it's going to do. It's either going to come back in, give you a bearish order block, and then you come back in to sell back down to this zone. Or as you can see on the 1 hour, it gave you bullish momentum it gave you a bearish candle, and then gave you a bullish order block. So now you're waiting, with that being said, you're waiting for price to come back in here and give you either some bullish momentum or some bearish momentum. You see it push through, but I still need an order block, and not a tied order block. This is a tied order block. And then it pulled back. It gave a little bullish order block. Like, there was no order block for me to have taken this trade all the way down to here. And then you also just have to consider market structure as well, that price is pushing up. Price is breaking structure, pulled back, then broke another level of structure, pulled back. So now you're waiting for price to show you more bullish momentum. So, and I probably wouldn't have gotten in any of this right here, especially not right here, because I would have been waiting for price to come back to this zone, and you see it took off, right? So now that it's taken off and never came back, we have to see if price is going to break these highs. So price came into the zone, this high here, pushed into that zone, it gave me a bullish order block. This is where I would have gotten in, because it gave me a bullish order block on a bullish trend, and I would have put this below my zone, and then I would have gone to the 4-hour or the daily to see where I was going to take that. And here is this is where I would have taken this to the next key level. So you initially had a breakout here, and then price has finally come back and retested that area. So I'm going to go back to my 1 hour. So I would have taken this from here to this zone here. So before all this happened, I would have already, once it gave me this order block and I put my entry in, I would have entered in my entry. I would have gone back to my my daily, because that's where I mark up my zones. And this was a violated order block where price never came back to retest. So that would have been my TP. And that was for how many pips? 163 pips. With a 14 pip stop loss. Y'all know I would have taken that to 20. Be on the safe side. And that was an 8% trade. That took 2 days. Make any sense? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Hey, Cam, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, I wanted to ask, do you have any suggestions on like ICT videos that might help with identifying when a trade is reversing versus just retracing? I think that's the one thing I'm working on. Like, my interests have gotten so much better. But knowing when to get out, like when the trade is over with, do you usually like
When it's
trade on a 1 hour?
You mean when it's finished retracing, like maybe to like the 78 or something?
No, like while you're in the trade, like knowing, like, okay, it's reversing, it's not going my way anymore. It's time to get out.
Oh, I just set my stop
The 1
loss.
hour?
I just set my stop loss, and so I trade strictly from zone to zone. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't watch ICT. I
Mhm.
don't listen to ICT, so I can't refer any ICT videos. But I strictly trade like once I get a high, and it starts pulling back. So I think this is where a lot of people may get confused, and Alicia will tell you when during the pullback, especially when I know the trend, which way the trend is going, I don't generally trade the pullback. And I know everybody, I know y'all want every pip. I know y'all want every pip, right? So I don't generally trade the pullback because I never know how far it's going to pull back. Now, on my fib, what I do know is price is going to come to, and let me move this over some so y'all can see it. What I know for sure is price is either going to come to the 23.6, the 38.2, the 50%, the 618, the 78, or the 88. That's what I know for sure. It's coming back to one of those zones. But you're asking me, like, with this pullback, how do you know it's done? Is that your question?
So okay, so maybe it's more for like swing traders because I'm talking about just in a certain, maybe if you trade from zone to zone and your trade is going your way, but it's starting to, you don't know if it's a retracement or reversal. So are you putting your stop loss after every break of structure? Are you moving your stop loss up so that
Now
you know?
you could move your stop loss after you have like a break of structure, because
Even the internal breaks, like the internal breaks, the small little, I can't.
yes, no, it would have to be the bigger the macro versus micro. So the micros are the little internal,
Right.
but it would have to be the macros, like the bigger swings, or not the external.
Right.
Are you you're a swing trader?
Not really. I mean, I was going to try to swing trade EJ, but I got out once I saw they double bottom.
Yeah, so I am big on, just like I said, trading from zone to zone. I get my money, and then I look for the next trade, and then I look for that next trade to the next the next to the next you said which ones are the macro, 4-hour or daily? So let me erase all this. So I consider the macro. So we have this push down here, right? And then we have this break up here. So this broke above here. All these little ones in here are micros to me. It has to break this high. Like, for instance, so say if price broke here, this internal one, right? Let me get my little thing. So say price broke this internal one. Price can come back up here, although I don't see anything. Price can come back into this imbalance right here. Price can come back into this imbalance and possibly start selling back down, right? So until it breaks here, then I know we're not going back down here. The most I would want to see coming back this way is the 78.88. But once you break structure, and I don't know if y'all know, when I say I'm looking for buys, right? Even with GJ, like I'm always looking for buys because I saw this break of structure. Because I saw this break of structure, I'm not looking for any sells. Like I'm not selling this back down. But once price gets to the 28, I'm going to look and see what it's doing. And once it gets to the 38, the 23 or the 38, I'm going to look and see what it's doing. And at the 38, I can see that price is giving a little something. It pushed up, it pulled back. So now I can say, hey, okay, so it's at the 38. So what I'm going to do is mark up this low here, right? And then mark up this high here, because this is the last swing right here, right? This is the last swing right here. But I'm going to see what price is going to do. And I'm going to mark up this zone here. Okay. So once price breaks above here, actually above here, you see this order block. Once price violates this order block, that's when I know we're back in motion this way. Now, I would have loved to see price. So price really just came and filled this imbalance right here. Right here. I would have loved to see it come back to this order block, because this was the one order block that didn't get mitigated on this move up, right? So I would have loved to see that it came back here first. And then that's just like oil today. Is Todd on here? Because I don't want him to hear me talk. Because I text Todd. I said, Todd, oil is pulling back. Get ready for the buy. Get ready for the buy. And guess who missed oil? I did. I did. And but you see what happened? You see what happened? It pulled back to my key level and then shot straight up. And I'm on a 1 hour. Yeah. 5 hours ago. Came to the key level and shot up. So that's why I like to mark the key levels. So back on EJ, if I'm marking up the key levels, this EJ don't have a lot of key levels going on. And I only
Well,
mark up.
EJ was moving when the other ones wasn't. That's all I'm gonna say.
Whatever. Whatever.
Still in the cell for EJ, Terry? I think he's gonna go back now. We'll continue.
Huh?
Terry still in the cell for EJ?
Terry, you in
Well,
the cell?
I really don't want to talk about it because I saw that thing buying up to like let me see.
So it
Right
ended with
where it bought up to, it was an imbalance. That imbalance to your left on the hour, I had it buying up to that, but I got stopped out way at the bottom. I was so mad. I said, "That
you
damn
had
thing,
it.
this
Wait a
doggone
minute.
thing did exactly what I said it was gonna do."
You had it buying where?
Look, I'm telling you right now, my I didn't. I bought in the middle. I'm just be honest with you. I
Okay.
bought
Okay.
somewhere right down there.
Okay. So let me and I'm glad you said that, because I want to finish telling Kai. So on the daily, so you're saying you want to know if you mark up your key levels and you're looking at market structure. And you're looking at market structure, you should have a slightly good, because you know the market's going to do what the market wants to do, right? But for instance, if you're looking at this daily, this is your key level. This is the macro, because we're on a higher time frame. And then as you go down, you see all these smaller ones in between, right? So as I go down, I have all these smaller levels of structure in between. So we have this push up, this push back, this push up, this push back, this push up, this push back, up. As long as price is not breaking this low, it's not a reversal. It's not a reversal. As long as price is not breaking this low, it's not a reversal. So, and then you marked up your key level, you see price came back to that key level and then started buying up. So that was so if I fib this move, that was a 618 retracement, 50% 618 retracement. And now it's starting to now I would be careful before I go in for a buy, right? Because now we're in an order block. We're in a 1 hour order block. Let me see, 2 hour.
Excuse me, Kim. That's why I got in there, right at that key level. The last tap on that key
Right
level.
here?
That's why I had to buy in. The very last wick from before it went up. That's where I was at last night.
And you was buying up?
I was buying up in that, but it came down a little bit lower than I expected, and it stopped me out. And it brought right to that doggone imbalance that I had it going to. Now, me personally, I said it's going to turn around and sell, but it might buy up for more. I don't know. But I think it's going to turn back around and go lower.
And it could, and I would say, what time frame am I on? I'm on the 4 hour, 1 hour. It doesn't matter what time frame it is at this point, because this is the last swing. This right here pushed up, and that's the last swing. So before I really get in for a buy, I want to see price break this high, because like we said, we're in this downtrend, right? We are I don't know my tools. So we're in this. I'm gonna use this high here. So I would love to see price break this high, come up here into this order block, and then tap into this level of this trend line resistance, and then come back down and then start buying up. Now, of course, this is some form of structure, but it's not your swing high. This right here is some form of structure, right? That price broke through, but it's not your swing high. So to answer Kai's question, whether it's still pulling back or reversing, it has to break this low before. So this was the break of structure, and once that breaks structure, this becomes your swing low. Always, I would say always go on a higher time frame. And see, this right here is not a swing. I don't consider this the swing, the last swing, because it never broke structure here. And what I mean by that is, let me delete this. And what I mean by that is price pushed up, pulled back. Like this is not that's not the structure right there, right? Once price breaks this high, everything from here to the I was gonna say the peak, but the low is considered, everything from here on down is considered part of that low, part of that swing low. So this doesn't count as the swing. So this would be the swing. And then you have a little swing here. So you got from here, 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 here. And because price broke right here, that makes this the swing low. So once price, and you'll see, once price broke this low, and I consider this right here the break of that low, or no, I'm sorry. I consider oops. I consider this candle right here the break of this low. Now, whether you want to consider the wicks, if you consider the wicks your break of your low, and I look for it on the 1 hour. So let me make that clear. So on the 1 hour, this was the break of my low, right? So that means I'm expecting price to pull back somewhere and then start selling down. So if
I have
you're
a
looking,
question.
uh-huh.
Sorry, do you think it's easier to, instead of trying to perfectly time the market and see like, okay, I think it's gonna go down here, because I think sometimes it's like gut wrenching to watch your profits going back as it's pulling back. So do you think it's best to just get out and then plan a way to re-enter, or if you're gonna capitalize on like the counter trend move? I feel like looking at what you're saying, I feel like that makes more sense then.
Well, you can, but if you're trading from zone to zone, you're going to get out before that pullback starts to happen. So for instance, that could have been an entry, but so say if you did get in like break like this order block right here. Now I want to see it because this can easily be in this zone and then turn around and be a bearish order block, right? So I want to see price break these highs. So that's why if you want to mark just your highs, you can just mark just your highs. And then, so price broke here, right? And then came back into your zone, came back into that zone. But before price, once price broke here, you can then look to your left to see where's the next possible zone. And this would be, oops. And this would be your next possible zone. And you can put it all the way down here if you want, or you can put it, I try to put it at the, if the wick is too long, I'll just use the other wick. So go back down to the 1 hour. And once this broke and pulled back, take it to the next zone and get your money. Like it's going to a zone. It is going to tap into a level of support and or resistance and then react from there somewhere. And that's why I mark up like mine on the daily, because price is going to react one way or another from that level of support and resistance. And this right here, it reacted, right? It pushed, it tapped into this level. It came back and retested this breakout here and reacted. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to sell. This just means it's coming back to, as you can see, another breakout. And it came back to that point, right? To that area right there. So I don't know if y'all ever see on mine. Let me see if I can Let me see if I can find um here that
So
has a,
Kim, hold on. I'm sorry.
nope, go ahead.
Can you go back to EJ, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I just want to ask how you see it. So because I am kind of struggling with seeing your zones or the zones like the way you see
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
However, I know, or I think I could maybe incorporate like using the swings, like the
Mm-hmm.
day
So,
swing as well as maybe the 4-hour swing.
so
So
let's take this for instance. So EJ is not a great pair.
I just wanted to know, like, if you looking at EJ right
Mhm.
now, I see the top. If I would have to frame it, yes, I would see the top as well as the bottom, which I think I would take.
You mean okay, so the last swing. So on the
Mhm.
swing, like I said, depending on what kind of trader you are, you can do daily, weekly, however you want to do it. So
Well, can
4
you
hour,
just, okay, hold on, go back to the daily. I
okay.
want you to show me where you would
The last
put
swing
your,
would be if you're just trading, so that means you don't want price to go past here. And because we're bullish, you want to see price break out over here, up here. Okay. Because of market structure, uh, because of market structure, this is where we are. Now, all this right here is in between.
Mhm.
But because we're on the daily, it may take a couple of days before it comes back up here or before it gets down here. Or
Okay.
it might just come back up here and start breaking through. And then you can mark up your next zone, which is here. So if price broke through here, if price closed above, then I would be expecting a push up, a pullback, and then up to this next zone.
Okay, so you basically, yeah, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know, because right now, price is in the middle.
Price is in the middle.
And can you just switch over to GA real quick? Because I feel like it's basically doing the same thing.
So we're on the daily.
Is it in the middle or is it, where do you see it being?
DJ is consolidating right now. I would
Mhm.
just mark up this zone and this zone right here because it's consolidating. Like if I go to a lower time frame, it's just going to be
Yeah,
consolidating in that zone.
okay.
Okay. However, if I go to my 4-hour, let me erase this. Like I hate this when it's not as clear, but you have an order block right here, right? So you can mark up and it barely has any wicks on it. So it might get ran through. But this is your 4-hour, sort of kind of low, sort of kind of high. So this is in between and not sort of kind of high. That's your high right here. And I'm just marking up the low zone, this area right here. Okay. So anything in between, you don't want to trade this because it's going to be choppy. You don't know whether it's going up. Like it done broke an order block, violated an order block here. It wick or hasn't violated this order block, but then it violated this order block. And then like the middle is where you don't want to be. You want to wait for price to get to this zone, or you want to wait for price to get to this zone. Once it gets to one of those zones, then you can trade it. And I would actually mark up this just because of the wicks, right? Wicks for me is price action. So once price, what the Tabernacle? Okay. So once price got back to here or here, whichever it's going to first, because now the way I'm seeing it is price pushed up, gave a little pullback, broke above. So really it's up here. Price came back and filled this imbalance. Now whether price is going to come back and tap into this order block, but because it's bullish, right? Price has been bullish. If price came back here, I'm expecting it to buy up because I'm going to keep buying until it breaks through and I can't buy no more.
Wait, say again, if price goes where? I'm sorry, because I'm trying to mark up something.
Down here to this order block, I'm going to be expecting to buy.
Okay, so if it taps the order block, you expect to buy, but if it breaks that order block,
if it breaks the order block and start breaking these lows, well, I'm going to say right now, the way that this is, whenever this drops, it's just going to come take all of this out. So I'm expecting price to come in here to this order block. And I'm just going to mark up the order block right here. Okay. I'm expecting price to come in here, show me some kind of break of structure or like rejection, some order blocks, some breaks of structure, a pullback, and then a continuation to the top side. And my continuation to the top side would be to my next zone would be right here. So if price came here and started pushing up, then I'm going to take price up into this zone right here.
Wait, if you look left, is it in an order block right now? That little itty bitty
Not
bit of that?
let's see. Not
That one right next to the Leah. Would you consider that an order block?
This is an order block right here. Yes. You talking about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
But
not though yet. Not quite.
but it might not break the high. So this order block,
Mm.
like I include the wicks too. So I'm gonna just mark up. So I mark up from the body to the wicks. If it's too long, again, I'll just mark up some of the wicks, right? But because I want to get out as soon as possible before it starts turning, because it might come wick and then drop. But I want price to come here and then I'm taking it up here. And then if price doesn't come down here, because you see there's a order block right here on the daily. And actually this would be my markup right here. This would really be the zone right here. Because if price breaks below this order block, that means it's violating the order block. Now, it could come in wick and then keep pushing. As long as it doesn't close below this order block, depending on what time frame you're in, it could just wick and grab liquidity and then keep pushing up. And then, like I said, I'm going to take it up to this zone here because that's the next, like, price broke through this. Price was going bullish. It pulled back to the order block. So we were expecting it to what? Continue up, but it didn't. It broke through. It finally coming back and retesting that area. And it could break through again, right? So we don't know what it's going to do when it gets here. But what I do know is once it gets there, I'm taking my coins and then I'm waiting for the next move. So if price came up here and then broke all this right here, broke structure to the downside, I'm going to wait for the pullback, and then I'm getting in for the sell down to these lows. But it has to break structure. So, and I'm not looking for breaks of structure on the daily. I'm looking for breaks of structure. I'm going to leave that there so I can show. I'm looking for breaks of structure. I'm looking at my 1 hour. But I'm also like I like to mark up my zones on the daily, or if you my key levels, my levels of support and resistance on the daily. I was doing the daily and the 4 hour, but I'm finding that just doing the daily is the best way to do it. So from daily zone to a daily zone is the best way to do it. Oh, wait a minute, I have something. Oh, yes, I despise. Yes. Now I don't now. Yes, I do believe in going to the higher time frame, right? I am not going to no 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 3 weeks.
I agree.
I know I'm laughing because I had this conversation with Ty last night. I'm like, Ty, I don't understand why you even go there. Like, why do you even go there? He explained it to me where it made sense, but I'm an intraday trader, so I'm not a swing trader. So going to those time frames just don't make sense for me. Yes, haven't who doesn't set a stop loss? Who does not set stop loss on their trades?
I'm thinking about setting stop losses. I've been setting them, but I'm thinking about not doing it no more.
Now, are you doing a personal account or a funded account?
That's my account.
It's your account. So on your
Mhm.
personal account, I will say this. I would say because on my I have a trade in right now. I meant to get out before market closed, but I didn't. On my personal account, for instance, once price got here and started showing me what it wants to do. Oh, there it goes. Once price got here and started showing me what it wanted to do, right? So on the 1 hour, price pulled into my zone. It violated this order block. This right here for me, because for me, price could have tapped in here and then kept selling down, right? So I don't consider this part structure, and then I'm not on the lower time frame. That's still not considered. I wouldn't have considered that structure because there was no break here. But there was a violated order block. So maybe I would have taken it from this last institutional candle here. However, because I don't know, maybe price could have come back down. I definitely would have set a hedge. I definitely would have set a hedge at here, right? And so instead of a stop loss, I have a hedge in. Let me see if I can, let me see. Nope. Um, Now I'm going to show y'all my account. Now this is a small account that I was growing for somebody. Okay. Hold on, let me share my screen.
Oh, I know you do that. I'm gonna see you some money and you can grow mine.
No, sir. No, thanks. That's it. That's all. No. Look, no. Okay. So I have a hedge on this account. And you see the hedge is a 57. This account started with $200. Okay. This is a $200 account. The hedge is $57. You see a difference of 57. Like it's going to stay here until until it takes profit up here or get stopped out, or not stopped out, sorry, or come back down and start going in the other direction. So because I have a hedge, where did I put the hedge? 38. Hold on, let me move y'all out the way. 38,007. Okay, so when price was here, I set a sell for here because I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going down, right? But I also, when price started pushing, when I got this, I put in a buy. So I'm like, I don't know if it's going to come up here to this zone and start selling back down. So I put a hedge in. And this is where I am in the hedge, the difference of $57.50. So if price comes, when and if or price comes up here and takes profit, then I only have this negative trade in right here. I'm not worried about the account being in the negative. I'm not worried about account being in the negative because I have enough equity to cover the negative, right? And then once price starts selling back down, because we know US 30 is going to come down at some point now. And if it don't come down no time soon, then I'm just going to keep building the equity on the account. Does that make sense?
And you're building the equity by adding buy positions as it continues to go in that
as it
direction?
continues to buy. Yep. So if price comes up here, so now I can move my so as price comes up here, right? That's my swing high. So it takes it gets my profit. I take profit up here, right? So if price comes and gives me what it looks like it's going to be more push up, then I'm going to fib the next move and take profit to the negative, or start stacking or adding entries up to the negative 27. So that as this is going into the negative, it's not eating away at my equity. That makes sense?
And you're just gonna
Little
hold your
bit.
sell until it comes back down. You're not gonna cut it.
I'm not going to cut it.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can either put your, because remember I was saying like put your stop loss below the zone. Instead of a stop loss, if you have a personal account, you can just put the hedge, because then the hedge, and then once price starts going, so if price started selling down here, well, I have a little zone here, right? So that would have been a little 27 pieces. But I probably would have taken my 27 pips, okay? And then if price had broken below here, then I would have started, would have gone back to my daily. So if price started breaking, where was I? Right here. If price started breaking below here, then I would have taken, oops. I would have taken my, I would have taken this at least to this order block, which would be 115 pips. Now this might pull back up and continue down, or it might tap into this order block, because if you're looking at the daily, this pushed up, pull back. This is the rally base, and this is a whole rally right here, right? So price may just come back into this order block and maybe buy up some more, or tap into the order block, pull into this zone, and then sell down. So I would have, if price would have broken through, I would have taken my TP for the stack. So if I was in this buy, but it was in the negative, I would have been adding a entry, maybe even two, at least to this order block, or even to this, zone here, because this was my high. This would have been this is on a higher time frame, but if I go to the 4 hour, it's a swing high, right? So that would have been my little swing high that I marked once price broke. And let me say this, because I know it may sound confusing. So these zones right here are my daily zones. These zones in here, these zones here, or like once it starts going and pulling back, right? I'm marking them up. If price comes back, that's when I start looking for the buy, right? If price doesn't come back, I keep looking for my swings. And then once price comes back to that zone, that's when I start, like right here, it tapped into this order block, gave me an order block. I'm putting my entry at this zone. I put it at the zone. You can put your stop loss either here or right at the zone. 15, 20 pips is what they're getting from me, if they're going to get me. Or you can put your 20 pip, you can put a 20 pip hedge right here. So wherever your stop loss would be is where you would put your sell limit, just in case price decided it wants to come down and then come down here, right? So if price, say price wanted to sell down here, pull back, and then come down here to this order block, then at least you can get 169 pips of equity at whatever your lot size is. You can at least get that equity while this is still going in the negative. While this trade right here, this trade idea is going into the negative, if that's the case. But if you're looking at market structure, you should 9 times out of 10 continue staying in the trade. So you got this pullback here, and then you have this break here, and then you have this pullback here, and then you have this trade here. So price didn't break until here. So everything below here is to that peak, to this dip is your swing. So price would have had to break, like price could have come down here into this order, right here to this order block. It could have, well, that imbalance was already filled, so you weren't worried about that. The only thing left is this imbalance. So when price pulled back, tapped into your imbalance, the thought process should be that it's going to continue It's going to impulse move, the correction, and then an impulse move. So you could have, now, once it gave me the order block on the zone, especially with the wick that it gave, especially with the wick that it gave, I'm putting my entry at the zone, 20 pips, and you could have either taken it to the zone for 77 pips, but if you know the continuation is going to happen, you could have taken it here. If you weren't sure, say you didn't have this marked up, at the least you could have taken it to here for 133 pips. I wouldn't have marked this up. I wouldn't have marked this one up, but it has to be the swing low. Because I think that's probably on a daily, a daily. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. It's a daily Todd order block. Okay. So, if you hedge, I recommend to hedge on your personal account only and not your. I've tried to hedge on a funded account, and I can't keep up with it because I'm not looking at I want my money. I want my money. If it's in profit, I want it. Pick a pair. So, Terry, did you do your is Caution here?
I wasn't on the call last week, so I didn't do no homework. I ain't
Oh,
gonna tell that lie.
okay. So last week the homework was you have to pick a pair that you're going to trade for the week and post the trade idea in the trade idea section. That was homework.
Well,
You
I
say
did post something in the group.
it
wasn't no good
posted a trade
idea though.
It wasn't a good idea. So if you can do it based on how, like, mark up your key levels on the daily. Oh, what I wanted to say is, so we don't trade the middle, right? So from zone to zone, we don't trade the middle. But you can, and maybe I did say this, you can start stacking in the middle. Like, that's where you can start stacking. If you've already left your zone, and I think Todd teaches this, if you've already left your zone and you're in profit, then you don't have to set a stop loss on these stacks. Make sense?
It makes sense, but what if I think I might know how to do it, but if it's somebody who might not know how to look at it, if they get in trying to stack it and it goes past, that might make them nervous and might make them get
So
out. Because hell, I might even get out if it starts going too low, maybe closer to my entry.
if you know the market structure, then, and prices going bullish, and I get it. Like, so you see, I just drew in this other key level right here. This is another daily key level. So So now, instead of going from here to here, you're going from here to here. So if you just trade it up to here, then you got at least almost 300 pips to this daily key level. You can see it right here, right here. And then the next key level is right here. So, and if you went to the 1 hour and you got right here and saw that price, if you went to the 1 hour and you saw price came to this zone, this is the one I just drew up, right? And I'm gonna erase this one, and I'm going to erase this one. So this is the one I just drew up. So price, if you're looking at market structure, you still have to always look at market structure. Price pushed up, pulled back, didn't break this low, and then started pushing up. If you wanted to wait until if you wanted to wait until price broke through here, like this candle here, then you could have marked up this zone. You could have put it below this low. And I say this low right here because there's an order block right here that hasn't been tapped into, right? So you could have put it below here and then taken it to the next zone. And then once it got to this zone, if you're on, like I'm always on the 1 hour, price came here. This hour, it didn't give me a red candle. This hour didn't give me a red candle. This next hour blew through it. So you could have held it. You could have held it, or I'm taking my money. I'm just telling you right now. I'm taking my money as soon as I get to this zone. And then I'm waiting for price to show me what it wants to do next. So once it pushed through, I'm waiting for it to come back to my zone, right? Waiting for it to come back to my zone. Now that it's back at my zone, I got a break of this swing. So once I get a break of the swing, you can mark up your, and this is the trade. No, that's not the trade I'm in. This would have been the trade I'm in. So I would have put this here. You could have put it either here or below the zone and take it up to, you can take it up to these highs, or you can take it up to the next zone. And as you see, price came, that was a little quick, that was a little sniper entry. So depending on your spread, you may or may not have gotten in. If you want to, instead of doing the zone, you can look for the last down candle, which I call, you'll hear me call the institutional candle sometimes, which is the last down candle before the up move. It is pretty much an order block, right? The last down candle before this up move, and that broke structure, then all this went up and broke structure. So that was the last down candle. That would have gotten you in here. And then it would have came back. So I'm expecting price to keep moving up to this zone here.
Excuse me, Kim.
Yes.
I think this one is a good example of somebody, even me, hell, like I said, I don't think I'm that good. But if I'd have got in, like you said, on that last one, and then once it gave that impulse all the way down, I would have probably said, oh no, I'm about to get out or something, because it looked like it's coming
no,
back.
it wouldn't have gotten in. Well, it wouldn't have gotten you into right here, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you was getting in further to the left where it went in the first time.
So no. So once price breaks this level of structure for me. Because I wouldn't have considered this part. You could have, but then price would have definitely come back and gotten, you know, like it would have been testing you for a while, right? And then it would have been testing you so much. Again, like you said, you would have gotten out. But once price breaks structure, you have to wait for price to break. If it doesn't break structure, consider it still selling. Right? So this was
Now you know what? I'll be honest with you. Now this I probably need to perfect something because I would have called that first push up and then that come back down. Right?
this
No,
right
not
here,
right there.
right here.
No, go up. When it went right there and then came right back down, boom! I'd have got in right there. I'd have said that's my break. That's my break of structure.
And I don't consider that structure. And reason why, because I need, so you see how we had this break here? You see how we had this break here, right? And then it came and broke here, right? So now, because this is a break, now we're looking for the pullback for the continuation to the zone. I don't and because there was no, okay. So you have a break here. So that made that the last swing high. Once this pulled back, this isn't the swing high, it's just the high at this point. The only way this is becoming a swing high is if price breaks. Now, if price had come down here and broke structure, say it pulled back into this order block, if price had come down there and broke this level, broke this low, then I would have moved my swing high here. And then once price broke here, that's what I would have considered. I'm still going from zone to zone. Once it broke here, I'm still putting my entry. I'm still waiting for price to come to my zone. Trade to zone, zone to zone.
Even with that, I still would have probably got out because it ain't never went to that zone and it came back almost to the entry.
Well, like I said, if you want to do, because one, if you want to do the institutional candle, you can do the institutional candle. I just personally trade from zone to zone. Will that have got me in? Yeah, it would have got me in. Like it tapped the zone. But you can do institutional candle, and then price would have gotten you in there. It would have pushed up, came back, and then started pushing up again. And as you can see, it's starting to break. Well, I don't consider this the swing high either. The swing high is right here for me because this never closed below here. So that didn't make this the swing. The same thing over here. The same thing that happened over here, I'm seeing over here, right? But because price broke this swing high, I'm now looking for buys. Like my mind is set on buys. Anything in between, I don't even mess with it. Because on the, let's see, on the 30-minute, would that have been the order block? No. Yeah, I just stay on the hour. I don't even mess with it. So I'm expecting price to continue up to here. And if it sells, or say if it comes to this order block, say if it comes to this order block, right? And starts breaking structure to the downside, then I'm going to be looking for sales, some more sales. Well, I'm going to be looking for it to come down here. I'm not going to look for sales. Let me not say that. I'm gonna look for price to come back to the zone and show me what it wants to do. It might come back in here and give a bullish order, like a strong bullish order block. And then you can best believe I'm going back in again, buy until I can't buy no more because it's bullish. And once it shows me what it wants to show me, then I'm setting my either stop loss or hedge below that, and I'm taking it to the next zone. That's 200 pips. And although we're trading zone to zone, it's market structure and price action. Like I said, everything in between, don't trade it unless you know how to stack. So once price came back in here and I started breaking these highs right here, that's a key level right there. Resistance, 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 broke structure, pulled back, and then gave me a bullish order block back in. So now I'm stacking. This is going to be the first trade. And where am I stacking it to? The next zone. And then I'm looking at this break of this high. What broke this high? Push through. Pulled back. So you can add your stack here. It tapped into, do you see this clear, this imbalance? You can put it behind, below these lows, 20 pips. Take it to here. And just know that you just remember where you're taking it though, 98 pips. So you got 190 pips and then 98 pips. So now I'm looking for, like, can I squeeze one more in? I mean, because I'm close to my zone. So once price pulled back, created this high, I'm marking up my high. Price pulled back. Now I would have set a limit here, right? And you can put them below this low. But remember, you're taking it here. That's 39 pips. But it didn't come back here. So I'm not tripping off of that. But once it gets to the zone, I would delete that entry and go just move on with my, what percentage was this? Why am I tripping? Why does that say, why is that like that? Nah, 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 nah. Oh, I know why it's doing that. My bad. Okay, there we go. Almost 10% trade, almost 5% trade. So almost a 15% trade. And that's just the stack. That's not including the entry here. That's not including this entry here. So this is the main entry where you set your stop loss or your hedge. And then the stack entries, just every time you get a peak, pull back, wait for price to break that peak, that high, and expect price to pull back into your zone. Once it pushes back in your zone, you can then get in here and take it back up to the full zone. That's how you stack. So you got 1, 2, 3 trades in. Let me see. How much was that? Oops. That was 98 pips. 191 pips. and 253 pips. That was 542 pips. You could have been done for, how long did this take? It took 8 days. I'm not sure how, like where that falls. In the weekend, maybe it was a couple of days. So. But
I took the first 200 and never did nothing else.
you would have took this trade.
I probably wouldn't even mess with it. I probably wouldn't have messed with it no more after that.
Just mark your swing highs or your swing lows and wait for price to come back to it. Break and retest. A break and retest. See, once this pulled back into this, long as it didn't break this low, right? Once you break the high, as long as it doesn't break, matter of fact, these are the lows right here. Or wait a minute. Push up, down. This is the low right here. Long as it didn't come back and break this low, then you just keep pushing it up, pushing it up. Once it breaks this high, then you wait for it to pull back to that zone. Once it breaks this high, pull back to that zone. This did break that. Well, oh yeah, you could have got another one in. You could have got an extra 40 pips. But that would have been pushing it though. But that's how you stack. Mark up your swings. Wait for price to break that swing. And look for price to come back. If you're trading the middle, only if you're trading the middle. Once you get in your key level zone, you wait for your order block, and it's the same thing, right? But you're going to get some reaction from your key level. So this, you see price came here and started reacting and started probably getting in sellers, right? So once it came here and started rejection, because that's what they teach us in Forex, right? Once we start getting all these rejections, price is going to sell. But price never broke this low. Price never broke this low. So until price broke that low, you still looking for buys. Although it's at your zone, your key level, still looking at market structure. It never broke. So, and then it pushed up into the zone, but you're still waiting for price to push above your zone. So when price pushed up right here above your zone, that's when you knew it was go time. It pushed up and then broke this high, pulled back into your zone. It pulled back into your zone a couple of times, one here and then back here. But, and this could have been another entry right here. So once price pulled back, it gave a bearish order block, but don't be afraid of a bearish order block because it never pushed back into this zone. It never pushed back into here, right? And then it gave a bullish order blocks. I'm telling you, price, it got sellers in, it took all the stop losses going back up, going up. Then it came back here, it gave you a small bearish order block, probably got more sellers back in, and then came and took your money. But if you know market structure, you won't let that fool you. Mark up your lows, mark up your highs. And then trade accordingly. So once price broke this high, back to your zone, to the next zone. And once that gave you your high and it pulled back, you mark that up. You say, okay, let me see if I can stack me some trades. You mark that up. Once price breaks through, and you like to see these pushes through, right? These impulse moves. Once price breaks through, you wait for price, and you don't have to trade it back down. You don't have to get every pip. Once price came back down, remember this is your low. Long as it's not breaking your low, you see it pulled back and then it pushed back in, and then it started breaking these highs, but you want it to break the last high. So, well, once it broke this high and it pulled back and it broke this high here because price broke structure. So now this is your high. So price pulled back into that zone, and then you set your TP to your zone. Then once price broke structure here, what did it do? Pull back and then started breaking structure here. That would have been a nice little trade. Nice little trade. Y'all hold on, because Sean got me watching this trade. Oh, it's on my other chart, so never mind. Some form of crypto. But did that make sense for everybody? Everybody, what was that? GA? Was that GA? GA? Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're not sure, don't trade the middle, but trade from zone to zone. And then once you start trading from zone to zone, these stacks will be very familiar for you. And once it get there, don't be greedy. Take your money and go. Any other pair anybody want to look at? Yes, Elfie, I'm hedging. Is Elfie still on here? Oh no, she's gone. She's probably in the bed. Does that make sense for everybody? Any more questions? Any other pair anybody want to look at?
I just said, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it made sense.
Okay.
I was gonna say it sounds good. We looking at it after it happened. When you in it, it ain't that easy all the time.
Very well. What I want you to do is mark which pair you trade next week. You know,
I'm sticking with EJ. I've been in it all this time. I'm sticking with it.
I agree that you should find a pair and stick beside it. Okay, stick beside it. So on the daily, you can mark up your swing low, your swing high, or do it on the daily, or your key levels. You see, that's a key level, right? That's a key level. But this is also no, not that one. I would say just mark up the last swing, your daily last swing, which is here and here. And then trade, do not be swayed by anything else in between. Set your alert at the bottom, then set your alert here because you don't know which way it's going to go first. Set your alerts and then allow price to show you what it's going to do when it gets to this zone. If it breaks through because of market structure, right? If it breaks through, so it comes here and breaks through because of market structure, then take it to the next zone. I challenge you.
I'm just looking at it now. I didn't even have it marked up. How you had it marked up?
I'm gonna say this.
I just fixed it though.
I'm gonna say this. because this is a key level right here. So that's why I like this zone. This zone right here. I'ma say this. First person, look, I was gonna say I buy everybody, but no, first person, first person that can show me a zone-to-zone trade for the week, I'll buy you a challenge.
Well, good luck, everybody, because I know I ain't gonna follow it. I already know I'm not.
I am in.
Who said that, Kai?
Yes, ma'am.
Kai, if you show me a zone-to-zone, I'll buy you a challenge. I will
I ain't
buy
gonna
you.
lie, Kai been on it
I'm
lately.
on
She's
it.
been doing real good. She on it.
I'm proud of Kai. She has been on it. Kai, how have you? What's your trading strategy? What's been your trading strategy?
Zone.
Has it been on its own?
Yes.
Really, Kai?
Yes.
I
You want me
thought
to mark up? You want me to put the last trade I took inside the group?
No, I thought you were doing like some ICT stuff.
No, I mean I still watch the videos. I go through the videos. I haven't got through half the stuff. So much stuff on there.
Okay, Kai. No, we're gonna since it's a competition. Since this is a
All right.
competition,
I'm gonna do it.
yes. I will buy you a. I will buy you a whatchamacallit. Look, a whatchamacallit.
Challenge accepted.
A challenge account. So yes. And Terry, you should participate as well. Who else is still on here? Let me see.
I told you I'll participate, but I'm just being real.
Who is Isaac? Is it Esau? Esau Isaac? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Hello, good afternoon. Yes.
Hi.
Esau Isaac.
Esau Isaac. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you new to the group?
Yes, I joined the group yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
How
I
long
was
have you been trading?
6 months.
Oh, you're a baby in the game. You understand market structure?
Yes, I'm a profitable baby.
Oh,
I trade
I
trade break and retest. But I think it was Thursday. Break and retest. I trade break and retest. Wednesday, I've been going through YouTube and I came across IC Forex clearly. I see
Forex
clearly, right? And I
That's
clicked on the videos and I started watching. And this guy Todd, he been catching, he been catching like I see him catching like 500 and 800 and thousands of it. I was like, wow, what is he doing?
So he's a swing trader. Todd is the swing trader. I'm not so much a swing trader. I'm more of an intraday. Like my swings are maybe a week, maybe two.
Okay.
Maybe a week and 2 days.
Okay, no problem.
But
yes, so I saw the video and I was like, wow, what is he doing? And I made a comment on the video. I said, wow, great video, great stuff, man. I wish I could trade like you can. Not paying any mind to it. And I came off YouTube after I finished watching the video. And so I went and did something. Then a text came in to my phone and he replied. He said, come join my Discord.
Yes.
He sent the link and I said, okay. And I joined yesterday. So.
Well, I'm going to apologize now for Todd's behavior on the calls. Okay. I'm putting it out there. Everybody, can y'all apologize for Todd's behavior ahead in advance?
What do you mean by that?
You will go to love him now.
He's crazy.
Okay.
He be saying some of the craziest stuff. So yeah, but welcome to the group. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. Do you know when all the sessions are? Like where are you located?
Um, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, you're from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have sessions pretty much every day except for Sunday. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna do the Sunday, but at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each day someone else is going through. So after I get off this call, I'm going to do the weekly analysis that I send to Todd. And I just go through, like what I see, pretty much how I'm doing this, what I see coming up and where I would trade it to. What's the possibilities, right? So I'll send that to Todd, and then tomorrow, Saturday morning. So Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Every day. Okay.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day is usually somebody different marking up the charts.
Okay.
And going over likely whatever the weekly analysis is. So whatever we have on the docket for the week, that's usually what we go over for the week.
Okay.
If you trade a specific pair outside of that, you're welcome to put it out there, and then we can look at it and all mark it up and look at it together.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So you guys will be on tomorrow too, Saturday?
So tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., that's when Todd does the Saturday call. So Todd does Tuesday at 5 p.m. and then Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm interested in learning and better in my craft. So I'll be joining practically all the Zoom calls because knowledge is power. So
absolutely.
right. So I want to get better. So yeah.
Well, guess what? We have a challenge this week. The first person who completes the challenge from zone to zone is going to win a competition from me.
The first person that
like how I'm showing how to get in the trade and get out the trade.
Okay.
The first person who showcases their trade for the week or get in, get out is winning a competition for me. It might be a $5 competition, but I didn't say what kind of competition. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
So this competition is for next week?
Yes.
Okay. So and it must be a winning trade?
Yes, it has to be winning trade.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. No drawdown restrictions with me, okay? But it's got to be a winning trade.
Okay.
And I might even up the ante a little bit, and then you have to show how you did your trade to the group, how you got in and when you got out on your trade. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to add that to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, Kim, and see if I marked it right.
What you?
Terry, don't be trying to cheat. Be trying to cheat, Terry. What?
I'm trying to make sure I win some money. I ain't worried about that. I mean, not that I'm frowning on that. I just want to make some money. So I just need to know if I marked that up right.
I just marked this up. Now, how you gonna mark up something I just marked up? You're cheating. Now that's cheating.
Well, I just want to know.
Yeah, that's right. So now you got to wait for it to get to one of your zones and trade it from the 1 hour.
See, that's what I'm telling you. I already know I'm not going to do that. I'm already looking for that thing to break structure and come down and then go back up and then go back to selling. I don't think it's going to go to the top. So I don't know if I'm going to wait. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not worrying about the challenge. I know I'm going to break that rule. Most likely.
I'm telling you, it's bullish. So you should be looking for buys. and it ended the day with a bullish order block. And there's no order block up there on the daily to stop it from keep going.
Hold on, let me look. Let me see.
Extra gems right there. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you right. I don't see nothing. You might be right. I don't see nothing.
Okay, so I got Kyra, Terry, Leah, Rogia, Sam, Chanel, Yvette. Now you
I'm marking up my chart now.
okay.
Don't worry about Chanel. She ain't gonna do nothing.
Chanel, dust him, Chanel, dust him.
Y'all better not get on the 5-minute time frame trying to put in the trade real quick.
Huh? Did you say 5 minutes?
They're trying to be the first one to win the trade. You're gonna be on the 2-minute chart.
5-minute chart.
Stay up that 2-minute chart, Terry.
You're real creative.
Okay, so what would be the zone at that bottom? Where them wicks at for EJ?
At the bottom?
Yeah, go down, right down at all the way
hold on.
down where them long wicks at. I want to make sure I mark it up right.
So if price broke, well, so right now, this is your low and this is your high, right? So price can come all the way down here.
Okay, let's say it break through there. What would be my next daily low that I'm be targeting?
Then if it breaks through here, then you're looking at these lows here.
Okay, I got that. I just want to make sure I marked it up right. I know I don't be tripping. I know I marked this thing up right. I don't know why I keep messing up.
Yep. Lock them in. Lock them in so you don't remove them. Lock it. Lock it. Lock it. Lock. Oh, I can't lock it because I got to do the I have to do the weekly analysis. Is this a weekly analysis? Is this a weekly? No, this won't be on the weekly analysis. Okay. So yeah.
And I know I'm gonna break. I already know. As soon as I see another weekly order block that look better than this, I'm gonna be on that. I'm gonna forget all about EJ. Wow.
You gotta focus. You gotta focus. I'm telling. That's why I only trade GJ and US 30. Because I'm just gonna focus on those. And that's where my focus is gonna stay.
Well, I might go to GJ. I don't like US 30. I look at S&P, but I don't like US 30.
They move the same.
I don't know. For me, US 30 move fast.
They move the same. Let me see. US 30. US 30. Now watch this. And good night, Terry. Oh, wait a minute, Terry. Hold on. This is for you.
No, I was saying good night to whoever said good night. I ain't getting nothing to you. You gotta worry about that.
Look, Terry. Look at this. Look at that. US 30, S&P.
And then US 30 got there before S&P did.
And what I would do, mark my high. You saw this was the high. It broke through. So, well, before it broke through, this is what I would have marked, right? And then once price, now see this right here would have, if I was trading this, now it didn't happen on US 30. US 30, this was my low. That was my high. Price came, tap, and broke through. It never closed below. Now, S&P, I would have thought it was selling.
I looked at it this morning too, and I said, you know what? I don't know what it's doing, so I left it alone.
I would have thought because of this break, this closed candle right here, I would have thought it was selling. But of course, I'm waiting for, even with that happening, you have to wait for a few candles to come out, pull back, and give you a bearish order block. And then you can go in for the sell. But because you see it broke out and then price broke back in, I would have put my thing right here at the zone, but it never came back to the zone, so I would have missed out on that trade.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Since it don't have no higher high, you just would wait for it to come back and test that zone before you expect to buy up if it buys up?
So because I got a color flip, right? Or a green candle and a red candle, right? I'm just marking up, I would mark up this right here. So price would either need to break above here, or price needs to give me some bearish momentum, like a bearish order block, or if you know candlesticks, I'm not big on trading candlesticks other than the other order block. I don't even know what it's called, an evening star. Like,
I don't know. And I know that trading, that inside bar's been failing me lately.
because you're probably not trading it from a key level.
Well, I
That's
thought it was a
probably
key
why.
level.
So, well, no, I was about to say this is an inside bar, but it's not. That did wick past there. But if I got, say, a bearish, daily bearish, breaking this low, maybe even this low, right? And you go down to your lower time frame. Let me
But let me ask you something right quick. You said that wasn't the inside bar.
it
Before
was,
that last daily popped up, it wasn't no inside bar then?
you know, I don't trade the I really don't trade the
I'm
inside
just
bar.
asking them.
I really be joking when I'm talking about inside bar, but yes, it is an inside bar. But I find that if it's like a full candle, that I find that it works better that way. For instance, that's one there, like right here. Like
Mm-hmm.
this was inside, and it did push back, but you see it broke. It broke, so you know it's pulling back to continue pushing up. And then that broke too, but that's why I just trade market structure and price action. That's all I trade.
I think I'm gonna start doing that as well. I ain't gonna look at that damn trade. It's hard to unsee it now. But
Yeah, it is. I mean, when you see it, but is it always going to work? So you don't know. You don't know. See, I don't even see any on here, S&P. But for this here, I would mark up and I'm gonna just mark it up here. So that zone, and then I'm gonna mark up from the body to the wicks, right? It's so light, I can't, hold on. Let me just use my box. So from the body to the wicks. Okay, so you're either going to get a bullish candle giving you a bullish order block to continue buying. And if I guess if I'm correct, S&P don't have nothing to the left as well. No. Okay. So go to your daily. You can mark up. This is a high here, so this is a key level here. Let me extend that to the right. And we can see that it's in line with this one here. So you're waiting for, that's the daily 4 hour. So you see price, look at your price action. Your price action is, you got to push up, you got to, and then a push up, and then a push down. And although you got a bearish order block, you haven't broken structure yet. You have to break structure. And
Okay.
this pull back, and then it gave you another little pullback. Didn't break these lows. Then you got another pullback. So, I mean, a push up, and then a little pullback, little tiny bearish pullback. So you're really waiting for some of these lows to get broken. Once these lows get broken, then you're waiting for the pullback to then sell down. But price,
Okay.
you gotta have some level of, and this is really the low right here, right? Because nothing broke this high. So if you're just marking up your 4 hour zone versus your daily, if you're just marking up your 4 hour zone versus your daily, so this is the low, and then this is the high. There's no wicks on these things, but so I'm already that did fill in for this, for that missing wick. So yeah, I would just need to see some lows being broken, or price come back to here or to the zone before selling or buying. Because if price breaks above, you're gonna, we're saying it's still going up. And if we just fib this little move, price can break above, and then you can take it up to that's 200 pips for S&P, or 400 pips.
Now, why you got it going up there though?
Because we fib this low right here to this high.
Okay,
So
okay.
the negative 27. And so if you break up here, you wait for a pullback, and then you can buy it up to at least the negative 27. Like I said, that's 200 pips. And if it wants to keep going, then the negative 61, which is like 4 something. However, if it doesn't break above, or breaks above, and it looked like it already wicked above those highs, so it's already grabbed the liquidity. So you see that, you see how the wick broke past there. So I would be looking for price to pull back some and give you some kind of break of structure to the downside, and then you can trade this back down to here. And from zone to zone, we're talking 520 pips.
Now on the weekly,
Hmm?
what it look like on the weekly?
On the weekly,
Okay.
nothing. Mm-hmm. So really, you, and then if price comes here, like we said, you can if it's going to show you what it's going to do, it may break through. And on the weekly, you have this high that was broken, or this order block that was violated, but price can come back to there. So we're talking from here to here. at least 400 pips. Zone to zone.
All right.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stick with EJ.
Okay.
Just watch the zones. Try to be patient.
I'm looking for the challenge winners. FYI. All right, y'all. Any other questions? Or any other pair?
Oh, you know what? I don't mean to be. Look at one more. EuroCAD.
EuroCAD. Go to the daily.
That's USD.
Oh, you see, I haven't marked this up in a long time. I got the zones on, I got the lines on here.
EuroCAD. I wasn't looking at USD.
Oh,
Euro.
EuroCAD. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. EuroCAD. My bad. EuroCAD. Okay. I'm gonna erase what I had on here. I don't know why I had this marked up. I think I was looking at it for somebody. And that's liquidity, so I would have been looking for probably come to this zone. Okay, so on the daily, and we just mark it where I would see it. Okay, so on the daily, on the weekly, what is the weekly given? Nothing. Why are you trading this pair? Don't trade it.
For some reason, I don't know why on an hour it looked pretty good to me. But I don't know.
So the last swing is this down here. Okay, and then this up here. That's the high, that's the low. Everything is in between. As you see, it did tap into here. I would wait for it to come back to the zone. It looked like it pushed up and maybe pushing back to the zone. I would see what is happening here. If price comes into the zone or starts giving you some kind of structure, because right now you don't have structure. You just have this impulse move to the downside and it pushed up. So you want to see some kind of something. And then if price gives you structure back to the top side, then you take it from here up to here. Same thing.
Let me see the hour.
The 1 hour.
Yeah.
Still the high and it's still the low.
Yeah, that's where it got me right there. See how it looked like it was gonna go up and then it went all the way down to the bottom of the zone?
Where, right here?
A little bit to the left.
So right here?
No, you right there where you was go right there. That's why I thought you was gonna buy up at.
Why would you think that? And I'm a replay
Look
it.
to the left. That's why. It was right there, and it didn't go lower than that wick, and it gave that bullish impulse. So that's why I figured that.
Can I just say something?
Because what was your high? What was your swing? What was your last swing? And yes, you can. Who said that?
Isaac.
Oh, Isaac. Hi.
Yeah. If you go to the daily, you'll see on EuroCAD, you'll see a bullish order block. So
bullish.
When it came back down on the hourly, I also thought it was going to buy up, but I didn't get any confirmation, so I didn't take that trade.
And again, if you were on the daily, you have this order block here, right? You have this bearish order block, so you mark up that high, and then you mark up this low. So This was in the middle. This
Sure
was-
was. You
Yes.
ain't lying, Kim.
But when you go to the hour, it's a
But
whole
even on
lot of
but
things.
even on the
It
hour,
sure did look good on that hour, though, Kim.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah. It
even
looked
on the
really good.
hour. Y'all can't convince me.
No, but I waited for for confirmation. I didn't get any confirmation, so I didn't enter that.
Yep. So here, so even right here, even if I was just looking at it from right here, right? Price came here and pushed down. So at this, and it broke structure, right?
Yeah.
It broke structure here. So that
No,
made
no,
this,
look. I'm sorry, Kim. I was looking
no,
at the before those three, before 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was looking that right there. That's why I was looking. So that's what I was looking for.
but you
So I
still,
made an even bigger mistake.
so you still couldn't do it until it broke this high. Until
Exactly.
Exactly.
You right.
But,
I know where I messed up at.
but even right here,
You got in?
there's no structure. There's no
Got
structure.
in,
Like,
but I got in with a small lot size.
Okay, okay.
so you gotta wait for structure to form.
Yeah, there was no structure break or anything there.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I was just anticipating the move.
You
But the
was
move
trading
wasn't
what
there.
you was trading what you think and not what you see.
There you go. You're absolutely right, Kim. Now hold on though. Let me see. Hold on, cause and you see, that's why I got to get that inside ball out of my head. Because look,
Okay, you
right
see it
there,
somewhere?
if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7 candle to the left. I'm saying that's an inside ball.
Which
And I'm
one?
looking at not the one, no, 2 over.
Right here.
No, 2 over
Right
to the right. Right there.
Nah. No, no,
That
no.
ain't none.
It's not at a key level.
See, that's why I said it fooled me over there.
You're
Because I'm
not
looking
at
at the big bullish impulse and it just wicked. So I said, well, man, that's a level. And I know it wasn't no key level, but I did think it was a level.
No, you couldn't have. Because see, right here, you see this was a, well, no, that wasn't an inside bar either. This was an inside bar. This little doji looking candle here, all these candles were inside this doji candle before it started, but you see where it is. It's in the key level.
Well, I know not, Kim. I'm admitting to my mistake. I jumped the gun. I thought I saw something and I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Trying to get a catbird.
Trying to get a catbird.
Yeah, that was better for the sell because it came down and it pushed past and then it retested and it sold.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So don't trade the middle. Wait for a structure to form and then wait for structure to break. Once structure breaks, then you can get in on the pullback for a continuation, even in the middle of the zone, in the middle. But you still got to wait for, because this ended up selling. And this is now the next swing high right here. And you see that broke. So now price is going to come somewhere in this zone. Well, that's how I would have traded it anyway. Oh, so that's where we are. That's where we are. We have a break here. I would be looking for price to come back, tap either into this order block somewhere, to this zone, and then you can take it up to the next zone.
All right. So I can still keep an eye on it then.
I would still like to see more of a push out and then a pullback, but it broke a swing for me. So I would definitely be looking for, so I would, once price gets here, if you get your inside bar or an order block, then you can go for it.
All right.
Or some kind of breaker structure. Then you can go for it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep my eye on that one too then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you gotta come all the way to the level?
Yeah, it's gotta be in the zone.
Okay, move that thing because I'm trying to see if I see the order block. Or imbalance. I'm sorry, not an they ain't got no imbalance.
The order
There you
block
go.
is here. If I go down, because I'm on the 1 hour, so if I go down to the 30-minute, there's some
Okay.
imbalance
Yeah,
here.
that's what I would be targeting right there, that little imbalance right there, huh? That little gap.
Yep, but make sure you put your if you want to trade it from there, make sure you put your stop loss below the zone.
Oh no, that little gap is where I'm gonna start looking for some bullish activity. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
You paying attention, huh, Chanel?
Chanel, smoke them.
Yes, I'm listening.
Smoke them, Chanel. Smoke them. Is Kai still on
And
here?
you got many pips, huh? How many pips that is? I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with this.
153 pips.
Oh no, that's some pips. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Yeah, exactly. Kai, you still here? Which
Yep, I'm still here.
Funding or prop firm do you use?
I don't have a proper count yet.
Oh, you don't have a proper count? Are you trading a competition?
Yes, I'm doing a Rocket 21 challenge.
Oh, and the Rocket 20. That's all I needed to know.
You hear that, huh, Kai? She already that's her pretty much saying she already know you gonna win. That's what she's saying, Kai. If you don't know.
I'm doing my research. That's what I'm doing.
Kai, you already the one. It's been rigged.
Not as rigged. I'm doing my research, okay? That's what I'm doing.
Now the competitive.
Tonight. Okay, I'm getting on Bitcoin tonight.
Oh, she gonna trade zone to zone tonight from Bitcoin. Oh, she about to win the competition before Sunday.
I can't trade on the weekend.
Wow. Okay, no, I have faith in you, Terry. I have faith.
Yes, I might wind up winning. Just because y'all think I can't, I might wind up being the one.
And I have
you gotta wait till the zone.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sure enough wait.
That's right. You gotta wait till it get in the zone. I have faith in Esau.
Yeah,
I have faith in Rogia. Now, Rogia knows how to trade too. I have faith in her.
So
Chanel.
when we mark up the charts, and then where do we post it? In
trade with Lil Kim.
Yeah,
Kim.
trade with Lil
Okay.
Kim. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
That's the easiest place to put it. Chanel, I have faith in you. I have faith that you're gonna smoke Terry out.
And I am.
Okay.
We already in competition, Kim. You just don't understand. Me and her just like you and Ty.
Oh my God. That is a
You're
mess.
right.
That is a mess. And Yvette, now is she? Oh yeah, she's on here. She's on here. Yvette, ma'am, I want to see you in the competition.
Okay.
I might even do a first place, second place, third place.
I don't want no second place.
Yeah,
I don't want.
That would be good. That'll be a better incentive.
First place, second place, third place. That's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do like a 100K challenge, a 50K challenge, and then a 25K challenge.
Wow.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'll take that back. I'll take second or third place.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of
Wait a minute.
That's
Wait
a
a minute,
lot of
hold on.
incentive
Wait a
right
minute.
there.
Wait a minute before I say that. Hold on. Let me back up. Let me back up. Hold on. Let me check.
You might want to do 50, 25, and 5.
Because I remember Rocket 21, their challenges are expensive. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. 100K is how much is the 100K?
Well, we already know Clyde got first place because it's I'm looking for second or third.
Everybody got faith in you. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
So, if all of us post our charts and we all win, what then? It's who win first?
It's who wins first.
Okay.
First place. Oh, no, we can do 100K, 50K, and 50K. Oh yeah, we can do 100K, 50K, and 25K. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna
Ain't
do.
nobody getting their bald head done.
Anybody what?
I do hair. I'm gonna sit all in the positive bag.
This ain't nobody getting their hair done.
All her appointments canceled.
Now that's funny. You gonna have them stranded. It's supposed to be weather warming up too. You know, people want their hair done. Okay, so that's the challenge. I'm gonna put it in there. So it's
Chanel, you can't pick my pair. EJ and this one here is my pair. You can't
it
pick
don't
mine.
matter. It don't matter which pair you use. It don't matter which pair. Long as you mark up your zone to zone, and don't try to mark up no 1 hour zone either, Terry. Don't do it. It's got to be from the daily. It's got to be from the daily, zone to zone.
Oh, all right.
I believe Miss Kim, you should set the rules. Set the rules.
Okay.
So everyone will be equal. So
yes.
One person can come with
agree.
Yes, one person can come with a 5-minute zone and one person come with an hour zone on a.
Trust me, I'm gonna be checking.
You know what? I want to see the entry on their MetaTrader or whatever platform they're using too.
Oh no, so you have to post your chart where you got in from your daily zone to your daily zone, and then you have to post your profits.
Okay. Right.
And the profits have to match your long position or short position to the zone.
So we're equal straight across the board.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes. You see, I had to switch it up. Like, Terry, don't be trying to give me no 1 hour zone to 1 hour zone.
And that's what this is fun though, and it's competitive. And I'm gonna be trading my real account, so even if I don't lose, if my analysis is right, I'm still gonna get some money. So I like it.
You're still gonna be a winner. So yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to
I'm
this.
inside of that.
And then on top of that, look, I'm about to add something on there. And then on top of that, whoever wins, matter of fact, I will tell it, I will give the information to the first, second, and I will give the information to everybody. Well, first, second, and third place winners. Because I am on track to start trading for investors. So I will provide y'all with that information once the first place, second place, and third place winner.
Okay, so what you mean when
you just sweeten
Not just sweeten the deal.
I don't understand though. What you mean you're gonna be trading for investments?
So I am working on, I have to prove my trading skills for the next few months. And then once my I'll post for the week. for the past 2 weeks, in the profits channel. Once I prove my trading skills, then investors will be in search or they will be coming from me to trade for them. Investors.
Amazing.
So
That is very good.
So for my investor account that I trade, I actually trade it from weekly to weekly. Because most investors, they're not intraday trading. They are swing trading.
And how that go? You give them a percentage of their money back every week of their investment, or
They give me a percentage of whatever I make for them.
okay. Ooh, that's a big leap. Go ahead, Tim. I don't know. I'd be nervous because a couple of my friends were saying, once you learn, you can use. I give you some money. I don't like trade. I don't want to trade nobody else money. I don't mind losing mine, but I don't want to lose nobody else. That's just me, though.
Well, if long as you trading with the proper risk management, then even if you lose some money, in the end, you can still win for the month. Like if you're trading from zone to zone or week to week, then you're almost pretty much setting that trade. You're setting your stop loss. And because we know how to trade, right? Your stop loss should not be that, and of course you're going to be trading bigger lot sizes, right? But the loss should not be as great as the wins. The losses should be minimal.
Yeah, I agree.
The losses should be minimal. So I'm gonna write up this challenge and post it in the group.
And you need to make sure you also post it just for the ones who in the beginner's class, because they can't be having the professionals get in on this.
Absolutely, you're right.
The challenge should be for those who are on the call right now.
Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot. Got it. But somebody else was on here earlier though. But we going with this. But no, I'm gonna just say for beginners only. For those in the beginners course, because none of y'all are beginners, actually, to be honest. Okay. But for those in the beginners course, here's the challenge.
All right, Chanel, we beefing until this challenge over. Just want to let you know ahead of time.
We're always beefing.
I'm just saying, we beefing hard at this. We beefing harder this week until this thing over with.
So, yep, that's the challenge. I'm gonna write it up and have a first place, second place, third place winner. I'm gonna write it up and then post it in the Trading with Lil Kim channel. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kim.
Good luck,
Thank you,
Good
Kim.
luck, everybody.
Kim, did Todd post the your call from last Friday?
You know what? He did not. He didn't even do my weekly analysis from last week and the call. See, this is why we be beefing. I'm gonna call him and tell him to post it.
And this one too. Make sure you do
Yes,
this one too.
yes. I'm gonna make
All right,
sure he
All
posts
right,
it.
cool.
Well.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye, everybody.
And bye.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you,
Okay, good
Kim.
night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, and thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.